Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
Oops, I forgot to change it from Morning Brew. Oh well, I'll have to change it later. Big deal. The brand has the background color changed to that one, and remove myself for just a bit. All right, there. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good morning, and welcome to Brew Crew, episode 28. And yes, this is, as always, a subscriber-only stream. If you want to chat in the chat, please subscribe. That's all you have to do. Doesn't cost you anything. You don't even have to wait very long. You just subscribe and you're there. And hello, 47 Yorktown, who says Janeway did nothing wrong. Pop culture curator, who says, hey guys. Afternoon, Captain Trek, says BK Dan. And pop culture curator is driving and listening. That's good to hear. So what's going on, everybody? I decided to have a random stream because, well, I didn't see Bert on, and I didn't see anybody I really, at the time, didn't see anybody I really wanted to watch. So I decided to start up a stream. And good afternoon, Dave G. How are you this afternoon? Hope you're doing well. I have decided to go ahead and drop the link in the chat, as this is Brew Crew and subscriber only. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that message. And feel free to join me up here. There we go. It finally pinned. I can go back and see who is backstage. And it's number one.
Yeah, I said something controversial this morning on Darius' chat, which was Kirk, which was Shatner was a way better actor in his later roles versus his Captain Kirk role in the original series and the movies.
I don't think that's too controversial.
Well, everybody, I was saying, that he was extremely one-dimensional in the original series and the movies, because I mean, it's a very strict, basic character. It has to be played a certain way only, and versus the role that he won 2 Emmys for, which was Denny Crane in both The Practice and Boston Legal. If you're considering your accolades as a acting professional, then Emmys should be, on television, the number one notification, whatever, that you've made it as an actor. And he won 2 years in a row for the last season of the Practice, Best Supporting Actor as Denny Crane, and the first season of Boston Legal again as Denny Crane. So to me, that's and plus he was in more episodes, 101 for 5 seasons of Boston Legal, plus 1 season of The Practice, plus he was in 5 freaking seasons of T.J. Hooker for crying out loud. Which, of course, I'm not going to say that's his best work, but again, he's acted in other things way more than Star Trek. Okay,
True.
believe it or not.
Well, don't forget his days before Star Trek.
Yes, yeah, he was on Mission Impossible, Gunsmoke, a bunch of and the thing is, he took any role he could get when he got canned from the original series. He was poor, and would take any role he could get when that was canceled because he was out of work. So he was in some really B level stuff for a while. And the problem was, he got typecast as Captain Kirk, and still is to this day typecast as Captain Kirk. But his better acting role, to me, at least on TV, his best was as Denny Crane in Boston Legal.
I would say there's probably more people that know him as T.J. Hooker than Boston Legal.
Yeah, well, yeah,
and
Boston
no, not
Legal,
his best role, but yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, Boston T.J. Hooker was him and Adrian Zemed basically running around with Heather Locklear, obviously as the babe, uh, tracking down criminals on the police force. So Adrian Zemed had the hair going. Obviously, Heather Locklear had the hair and the body going, and and then you had William Shatner in there, basically.
I loved him as T.J. Hooker. Yeah, I loved him as T.J.
But yeah, and like I said, T.J. Hooker was 5 seasons. Boston Legal was 5 seasons. Plus he was on 1 season of The Practice, so he was in those roles more than he was Captain Kirk, because the original series only lasted 3 seasons. Plus, obviously, he was in an animated series, which, okay, you want to count that as another season or two, I guess, because it did go 2, technically. But still, and then, of course, the movies, okay?
Yeah.
But he had way more episodes in the other shows.
Yeah, he did.
And even though he was typecast forever as Captain Kirk,
right?
So being able to basically escape that typecasting and still get really good roles, really, when you think about it. I mean, especially the Denny Crane role on The Practice in Boston Legal. Plus, he was in Tech War, which he wrote, and stuff like this. But he escaped being typecast, even though he is still typecast as Captain Kirk to this day. But at least he was able to do other stuff despite being typecast as that character.
Yeah, but I did love him, believe it or not. And there was a what year was it? It was like 97 or 98. Fanboys. Did you see him? He had a little part in Fanboys. It was it was a group of kids group of like 20-year-olds that wanted to go see wanted to break into Skywalker Ranch, and yeah.
Well, I mean,
to go see episode 1 of Star Wars.
He hosts the Unexplained right now, and he's been on other History Channel shows like Ancient Aliens and Curse of Oak Island, and I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually have him on the Skinwalker Ranch show. But he's been on other shows and even other movies, like you said, with probably, I would guess, Miss Congeniality and Miss Congeniality 2 is
I
maybe
forgot
where
those.
people is maybe where people would recognize him the most with Sandra Bullock in it. That's probably, and then he was in Dodgeball as himself. So he's done other movies besides the Star Trek movies as well.
Now, believe it or not, even though I was born in the 70s, my first exposure to William Shatner was in the Twilight Zone episode. That was my first exposure to him. Are you muted, number one?
Yeah, what happened? We lose Captain Kirk, I guess.
Yeah.
But
it looks like you lost Captain.
Yeah, probably internet.
Look else, but do you agree with me, Bird? That
I don't know what you said. I just got here.
I was saying Shatner was a way better actor later on than he was in his Star Trek roles. Because
hello, Cap.
He won, like I said, an Emmy on The Practice in Boston Legal specifically as Denny Crane, and I would say that to me that's his greatest TV role was as Denny Crane. But of course he was in T.J. Hooker and other stuff as well.
No, his greatest TV role was as Captain Kirk. It was
not. That's an extreme.
Debate.
No, it's what he's typecast for is Captain Kirk, and what he's known for is Captain Kirk. But that's not his greatest role because he never won any awards.
Winning an award doesn't mean that you're good. Awards are all politics.
And hello, Christian Fandom Geek. Hello, Crimson Mist.
But
what's wrong?
Still, I'm just saying that he went beyond the typecasting to get other roles. So I think that's a pretty good, way of not being, of him not being, typecast into that one specific role, which he is still typecast into to this day, basically.
I don't know. His best times as Denny Crane is when he's remembering Captain Kirk.
Well, the thing is, the Denny Crane character is him playing William Shatner.
Playing him, yeah.
Yeah, it's him playing himself, basically playing Denny Crane, playing himself, basically. But like I said, he won specifically 2 Emmys 2 years in a row on 2 different TV shows, both The Practice and Boston Legal, and he's one of very few actors. Of course, James Spader did the same thing on the same 2 shows, but as lead actor versus supporting actor for Shatner. But again, he did get Emmys for that specific role.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not his most well known role, but it is the role that he got the most um acclaim for, from Hollywood and whatnot.
Right. What about I forgot the actor's name, the one that played Chekhov. I forgot his
Koenig,
name. What's his name? Chekhov.
Koenig,
Oh yeah, Walter Koenig. Yeah.
yeah,
Don't forget he branched out also. He did Bester in Babylon 5.
yeah, and again, way more episodes. But of course,
Yeah,
he wasn't on every episode of Babylon 5 though. That's the only difference.
but he did a completely different character, just like Shatner did. A completely different character.
A completely different spaceman.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's up with you, Captain? Why the random stream?
Because I didn't see Bird on, and there wasn't anybody on that I wanted to watch at the time. Games wasn't on. Bird wasn't on. Oh no. I actually don't like Star Trek games. I really don't. Um, well, at least not modern shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, 66 to 2005. I like anything after that. Yeah. No, just no.
I'm slightly different. I somewhat like Picard, but not really. But I don't no. That's it though. But all of it before that, and slightly like Picard, but that's it.
Picard had its moments,
Moments. Yeah.
and it had its potential, but they really blew it.
They did not stick the
really
landing.
blew it.
No,
No.
they did not stick the landing. I watched it all, but
Oh, I watched it all. I watched it all.
yeah.
Oh dear God, I watched it all. And no, I've not watched all of season 4 of STD. I need to.
Sexually transmitted disease.
Well, that would actually be more welcome than disco.
Yeah.
And I'd rather listen to disco music than watch Discovery. But that's just my personal opinion.
I happen to agree with that one.
And hey, Senator Redshirt, how have you been? Saw you earlier. Gabe says Picard was flawed indeed. Season 2 has Q. It does have
Yeah.
Q. It also has Guinan.
It also has the Queen, I heard.
I
The
saw
Borg Queen. Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it. I'm going. The only thing good about this is John Delancey's appearance. He actually looks believable as Q. Guinan, however, sounded like she had been screaming on The View, smoked a pack of cigarettes, and then read her role.
I didn't see the trailer with her.
Oh my God! Don't.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, if you really want to see it, go for it. But it's just horrible. And good evening, the Catman, aka D.D. Myers.
Nice. Good evening.
Well, if you connect it to all the other Q episodes and comparison, then yes, you kind of need to watch it. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg ruined herself with The View and her nonstop bad takes on politics. Well, you know what? Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody states their own opinion. However, not everybody does it so fucking publicly.
Right.
I mean, I know several people in the community. I know where they stand politically.
Mm-hmm.
Do I agree with them? No. Are there ones I agree with? Yes. On 100%, no. Do I like the people I disagree with? Yeah, for the most part, I do. There are a few that I don't agree with who are very, I don't know, and you know, but for the most part, most people are like, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and we'll agree on what we agree on and go from there.
Yeah. Which is the way it should be, I feel, too.
Chap, I'm having dinner, so I'll be back in a little bit.
Absolutely.
Later, Bird.
Take care, guys.
A bit. Yeah, she's aged like Picard did 30 years, and I guess
But Delancey shows it.
leave. Delancey doesn't show it as much.
Right.
And he's got an excuse. He can beat Q because he can look like anything he wants to, and he can say he did it for Picard's sake, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is what I'm sure he'll say.
He has the excuse.
Yeah.
Guinan, however, does not.
Not considering how old her character was supposed to be during TNG, she was what 400 years old at the time.
Yep. And considering
try about
how
try about 6 because she was in the 1800s. Don't forget.
Yep.
Yeah, that is true. I remember her. I also remember a conversation. I think Picard had with her. I don't remember exactly what episode he had with Guinan. But he mentioned something about an artifact that he had, he was talking about. And he said it's over, I think, like 700 or 800 years old. And she just kind of casually made the comment, "So's my father."
Right.
And I just remember that line. But
she was in Time Zero back in the 1800s. Yeah. Well,
one of the things I would have to say about Whoopi Goldberg is, I'm going to be honest, I used to really love her as an actor. She actually had one of the few talk shows that I used to actually watch when I was younger. And I didn't watch a lot of talk shows where, the host was interviewing someone. I'm sorry. Maybe I'd watch an occasional Jay Leno or, Johnny Carson before then. The big guy in the day, I'm sorry, for most of us, or at least for people I knew, was watching Arsenio Hall. Whoa, 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 whoa.
See, all the ones that I watched were based on the guest. So I'd watch Arsenio Hall if there was somebody I liked. Or I'd watch Johnny Carson if there was somebody I liked. And
remember,
I would step more often.
Oh, sorry. I'll finish that in a minute. Sorry.
I stayed up more for what's his name? Oh my God, I can't think who was on after Carson.
Oh shit.
Letterman. That's it, Dave Letterman.
Letterman, thank you. Oh God, I can't believe I forgot about. That was like that. There was like, remember that funny scene in Independence Day where the president, the first lady is talking to her daughter, and she goes, "Dad, let me watch Letterman." traitor. Letting her basically saying, because Letterman came on. What time did Letterman come on?
Originally 11, and then it switched to
It was
11:30.
11.
Yeah.
But Letterman was so. Yeah, but the thing was, Letterman was so popular, even he could dominate an 11 p.m. Thing. And then that's what I thought was so funny about the comment, because there were there were parents who would actually let their kids stay up and watch Letterman certain nights, like maybe on like a Friday.
I would say it looks better with the trim. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Dave G. Sound. Yeah, the wife. I got an ultimatum from the wife, and I was like, "Look, this is as short as it's getting." But yeah, Cap. I remember the Letterman days, and Johnny Carson. I watched some, but I didn't watch a lot of these shows. But Whoopi had a show on, and I believe it was on VH1 at the time. I would have to actually look this up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She did. I'd forgotten about that.
And the show was. Let me actually look that up, because I think it was on. I think it was on VH1. See if I'm correct here. Oh, never mind. It's going to be a bunch of view shit right now. And I'm not in the right mindset to figure out how to navigate Google right now. But yeah, she had this show, I believe it was on VH1, and it was called Whoopi Plus One. And the whole point of the show was that, unlike other shows that were hosted, she was only going to have one person each episode. And there was something unique about that format back then.
Oh, yeah. That was, to have one guest versus 3 was very unique, because most of the time you'd have, most of them might have as few as 2 with a musical guest. You have
or a comedian.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd have a comedian, you'd have a musical guest, and then you'd have the second guest, and that was if you only had 2 guests. But the musical guest usually ended up coming over anyhow and talking for a little bit. So they'd fill in.
Yeah, I remember.
But that was it.
Yeah, I remember reading some time back, and it's been a while since I read them, that depending on how either the music, and I think this was actually more the comedians, was when the comedian would come out and do their, couple of minute skit, Johnny Carson would kind of be like, okay, usher you over, meaning, yes, I want to talk to you now, or basically like, yeah, I'm not talking to this guy after this skit.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, what were you going to do? Argue with Johnny Carson? Good luck with that.
Yeah. Yeah, they would decide right on the spot, is this person going to be interviewed or not? And there were times you could tell Carson was like, no. Move on. Hey, Take Ferret, good to see you, and good evening, Mike Jimmy. Go ahead.
I was just saying, that was exactly what I was just going to say. Hit this one up, because I think he's right. Yeah, there was something about Letterman that really, when we were younger, somehow just resonated with us. We wanted to watch David Letterman.
Letterman was more than just staying up late, because he actually connected with people.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I kind of like about my stream, is I want to connect with people. It isn't just about coming on and, spouting my thoughts, my feelings, my beliefs, whatever. I actually want to talk to people and connect. That's why when because I'm starting the Coffee With series. And so that's going to be mainly a one-on-one. There are a couple of people that have wanted to come on together, and it's like, oh, okay, sure. It'll be so and so and so and so. for the most part, it'll be Coffee with Captain Trek and fill in the blank.
Yeah,
And
it'd be
I'll
interesting.
basically be talking to them about, just whatever, basic BS, and I'll acknowledge the chat, but I'm not really going to read it like I normally do.
If we had, oh, sorry, sounds like I was echoing really bad there. If we had our streaming technology, back when Letterman was on, oh my God, his show would have probably been even better because of all the people he could have, done a virtual interview with, and they would
Oh,
have just been able to split the screen. And I think it would have, that would have been interesting. I think people would have really tuned in for that too, because we
that
were already
really would have
familiar.
come in handy when they had the when he was still on, and they had all the snow that one year.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everything was shut down. They were basically living in the studio and doing the show every night.
Now, was Letterman filmed in New York or California?
New
I
York,
don't. New York. Okay.
New York.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't know.
Um, who was it? Jimmy Kimmel was
Oh, that
California.
piece of shit.
Yeah, and Jay Leno was L.A. as well.
Oh, the chin. Yeah, the guy with the chin. Yeah. Jay
Yeah,
Leno with the
It
chin.
was
Leno
Jay
was
Well,
Leno.
do you know what?
Jay
Do you know
Leno
what?
took over
It's
for
hilarious. Oh, sorry,
Carson.
number one.
Jay Leno took over for Carson, and Letterman, went to CBS, and they went head to head, and but yeah, I still watch Letterman.
I think most people chose Letterman, but I think that's because I think at the time, though, for most of us, it was Johnny Carson or Letterman. Jay Leno, of course, very good comedian stuff. In fact, one of the biggest thing I remember about Johnny Carson, or not Johnny Carson, but Jay Leno, was he was the first person to be allowed to make a joke about Barack Obama, and it was like, oh, okay, Letterman, okay, Jay Leno said it, so now we can make fun of President Obama.
What was funny was when I still remember when uh, as you can tell, the kids are here. Yay!
I'm
Um,
sorry.
the I remember the first time when we were just talking about him. Uh, uh,
Leno,
Jay Leno?
Letterman, or Carson.
Letterman. Letterman. Yes, Letterman was making a joke about dogs, and say, "Yeah, that was a stupid bitch," or a male dog, and then it's like the censors couldn't delete the bitch because they were talking about either a bitch or female dog or male dog.
Well,
And at the time, it was so fucking funny because nobody could say that word on TV. Not even at that time of night.
Right.
And I'm going, God, I wish we had the days back when we had censors. Ugh. Not quite as strong as what some were, but yeah. Now you get anybody saying any old shit they want to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I muted because my daughter was asking me about him. I will help you find it in just a few minutes. Yes, I know. I'm waiting for the oven to finish preheating. Wait a minute. I thought you didn't like the air fryer. Oh, wait, that's AJ. AJ doesn't like the. Okay. All
Air
right.
fryers are good. Why didn't he like the air fryer? Maybe you have to clean it though.
No. The air fryer is fine. I think it's just the taste of certain things. My daughter was mentioning chicken nuggets, and we do have the chicken nuggets here. I actually cooked a bunch of them in the air fryer. That's what I had here, and I turned on the oven and I'm waiting for it to hit 400 now. And she's like, "You can put it in the air fryer." That's right, I forgot. It's my son who has issues with the air fryer. So give me just a second. I got to go take care of this issue.
No problem. Taking care of the. I'd forgotten to post on Twitter and Facebook that I'm live. Because, yeah, I do that. Let's see here. Let's see what Dave said. Okay, and thank you, Star Wars Theology. I actually would like to talk to you sometime, please. I think you would be perfect for the coffee with series, and we could just have a chat sometime. That's completely up to you. I normally do those on Thursday, but I can always record it on another time and just do a playback of it on Thursday,
Yeah.
which I did for last week's. I don't have one for this week, so I'm kind of screwed. I may not have one. uh,
Well, Captain, how you been? I know I've been absent for a little while. I've
well, I
been
know
having a lot of stuff going on.
you've had
Yeah.
stuff going on, so I'm sorry, that's life.
Yeah.
When life gets, in your way, you got to deal with life.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
However, I would say that when you are available, you're always welcome.
Well, thank you.
Sometimes you need an escape from life as well.
Yeah.
So just do what you have to do.
I mean, the last couple days.
Enjoy an escape once in a while when you can, and
that's what I'm doing right now. Hanging with some friends.
The normal time, Star Wars Theology is 7 p.m. Central on Thursday, but again, that's normal time. I can change it. It's a new thing, so it's not something that's set in stone.
So,
nothing I do is set in stone, except maybe Morning Brew. That's old enough. It's kind of been set in stone. I didn't actually. I used to go on earlier than I do now, but
yes, you did.
I don't want to do that anymore. The thing was I liked having some of the guests that I could have, earlier. But yeah, no, thank you.
Well, I get to sleep in tomorrow because it's a 2-hour delay for my kids to go to school.
Snow?
No, not snow. Looks more like there's a possibility of rain. So because of the cold conditions, there is a chance of rain. They want to play it safe. Because what I didn't know was when I talked to my wife about this, the private school she has kids that come from quite a few different areas. We have a lot of small towns. So some of them have to drive like 20, our drive is 15 minutes. Some people drive almost upwards of 30 minutes. So we want to make it safe for everyone.
Yeah. And Comics Talk, good evening to you. It was nice to be on your channel earlier. Let's see here. Morning Brew is on at 6 a.m. weekdays. The evening, the other one that I have is Coffee with Captain Trek. It's on at 7 p.m. on Thursday. And like I said, that's just a time I set. It can change. But that's
Central Time,
a
right?
general idea. Yes, Central Time.
Okay.
All based on Central Time. Because Central Time
is
the
only real
most important time.
Or as Captain Trek says, the only time that really matters.
Absolutely. And hello, Tank. How are you?
Good, sir. Ahoy, Captain Trek. How is everybody doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing
I have a question
great.
for you. Hey, I have a question for you guys since we kind of got on that subject of late night talk shows. When did they go from being fun to entertaining to just this garbage they are now?
Good question.
Well, like after 2000, basically, I would say. Because, Letterman was good for a while by himself on CBS. But then towards the end, you could tell it was time for him to retire and everything like that. that it was just the same shtick basically over and over again. Um, and so yeah, I don't remember when that was, but it was probably somewhere in the early 2000s, I would guess. Um, that after that, once I mean, Conan O'Brien was okay to me. There was some things I liked of his, and a lot I didn't. And then yeah, don't get me started on Jimmy Kimmel. I hate that show to death uh, now. But
Yeah, well,
yeah.
when you're the biggest hypocrite on the world, when you're talking moral superiority, and you used to have a show where you'd have women put their hands in your pockets to guess what junk is in your trunk, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear moral superiority from people like, but it used to be fun, and then it's now all become, well, for lack of a better term, polarized. I don't want to say political. I just want to say polarized.
Yeah.
To answer the question there, yes, I do play Star Trek Online.
I don't.
I don't either. I tried before, but
I've got a DPS and a tank. I got my little Sao Paulo variant Defiant. Oh yeah, baby. That's when you just point.
Hey, my
Yeah.
Excelsior class modified could go toe to toe with you. I just want to
See,
point that
I
out.
like it. Yeah, okay, yeah. No, I can dig it. I've got a DPS at a tank character. My tank guy got this like cool Argos that one of my fleet mates gave me. Gave me one of those tier 6 upgrades, and I was like, ooh, a new toy to play with. I just love it. I play real casual, even though I do have an in-game build. I really play casual, where I just kind of group up with random folks, and I go jump in, and I love my tank because I can just fly into the middle of all the baddies and go, all of your attention is on me. All of your aggro belong to us.
I think that was one of the great things about TNG and DS9 was one thing they did do very well was they did show the versatility
Yeah.
of the Excelsior class and the Miranda class.
Yes.
If you think about it, in Kirk's era, the Miranda class had a couple of hundred crew members. By the TNG era, they were a fraction of that, maybe only like 30 to 50, depending on the configuration of the Miranda class and what its purpose was. Because remember, a Miranda class could be set up and modularized in different ways without having the torpedo launcher on the above. They could have alternate weapons on the sides. It was a very versatile ship. And then in TNG didn't really do a lot with the Excelsior class, which always bothered me because that's personally my favorite.
It's like the Corvette of Starfleet. I mean, it's just so beautiful. The lines, it's so sublime.
It really is. Yeah,
I think
really
one
is.
of the things was they the type of missions didn't require as large of crews either.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love the Miranda. I mean, that's the UH-60 of Starfleet. It is the workhorse. It's so awesome to see. Like, I love how it's kind of world building in the fact that, like, here's this ship. It's been in service for like 80 years, and it's still there on the front lines. Like, that's so cool.
But if you think about it, also, it just based on after the Borg and everything, Starfleet went away from the bigger ships to more the Miranda style ships, like with the Defiant, with the Steam Runner, with the Akira class, with the there's probably a few others I'm drawing a blank on, but the Equinox, the Equinox class of starship, the Intrepid class. They got more smaller, modular, and moved to a more sleek, not so big. I mean, a Galaxy class starship, let's be honest. I mean, I think we've all kind of called it this. It's a fucking cruise liner.
Oh
Yeah,
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 the Love
yeah.
Boat in Space, and thank you to Deleted Scenes. It's always good to see you here. Yeah, if you could stay for just a minute, let the algorithm show that you stayed here for 2 minutes. That'd be appreciated. Hit the like and share and all that stuff. Other than that, I just appreciate that you come by.
So I mean, even the Enterprise E, Soviet
Mhm.
class was actually, I believe, smaller than the Galaxy class.
Yeah.
Had less of a crew, but was still, a much more advanced. And it had that. I don't know how to crawl at this, but we went kind of from the circular dome to more now the, I don't know, tripod dome, tri-dome. I don't know how to.
Yeah, it's the spoon. It looks like a
Okay, the
spoon.
spoon. Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. That worked.
Well, what's interesting is I was looking because somebody was posting how they love the J.
Oh, the Enterprise J from from Star Trek Enterprise.
I was looking at it. And I realized, this reminds me of the ship that they wanted to use instead of the Enterprise for the Star Trek series that then became the motion picture.
I
That
know what
ugly
you're
ship.
talking about. Yes, I used to have
But
a
if you
Star
took
Trek.
out like 90% of the secondary hull and shoved the two pieces together,
Yeah, I
that
remember.
would be that ship. And here's the thing: if you were to remove the inner part of the primary hull and leave a portion in the center, you would have the Discovery. It's the same ship.
Actually, if you if I still had this book, because I used to have a book that had the concept arts for Star Trek Phase 2 before they decided to scrap that and go with the motion picture.
Phase 2,
And
that's what I was trying to think of. Phase 2.
yeah, you described the Enterprise J version and what almost would be what looks like Discovery now was actually concepts arts they had in that book. And I remember
Yep.
looking at the Discovery one and being like, this looks like shit. And I was a fucking child.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen,
We'll agree.
I have
We'll
to bid
agree to
you adieu.
disagree. Thank you for
I-
joining. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Congratulations on 600 subs on your way to monetization. That's right, folks. Make sure if you have a YouTube Premium membership, you can really boost this channel by downloading this or any of your favorite streams, podcasts, or uploads from Captain Trek and just play 30 seconds of it. YouTube records that as you have having watched the whole video. All right.
That's right.
So help get that watch time up. And another thing you can do to help out, folks, the biggest tickle to the algorithm, hitting that bell to receive all notifications. And until next time, Charlie Mike.
Oh,
Now that is an outro.
that is definitely an outro. I like that. Oh, it's always fun to have new people on. And yes, I'd forgotten about it because I don't have YouTube Premium. I'm too cheap.
Frugal.
I pay $96 a year for my StreamYard. That's it. I'm not going to pay the 200 whatever that they want. Sorry.
Swear to God, sometimes I think these fucking places think we're made of money. I mean, it's like, when we try to go through and we set up our stuff, it's like we're trying to find free software, and then there's free software, and then there's free software.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, let's see here. You have the actual free software. You have the spam virus free software. And then you have the free to try software, which sells itself off as free. No,
until about a week later.
exactly.
Yeah, I've ran into that problem where they was like, and I try to do reviews on this stuff, and people are like, yes, this is completely free. No, there's no, and then you come across it, and it's like a week later, it's like, oh, I hope you've enjoyed the free trial. And I'm like, what free trial?
This is supposed to be free. And good evening, Low Specs Linux Laptop. Yeah, so if you're watching YouTube Premium, using YouTube Premium, that's even better. Just download the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Watch 30 seconds of it. Watch it on 2 times speed, whatever.
Yep.
YouTube will count it. And heck, you can even go past the intro and just watch 30 seconds, I think. Of course, I like the intro. So,
low spec Linux laptop, open source. Yes, I actually am using that to create my videos now. And yes, it is free.
yes.
That is actually one that doesn't dick you around. And it's actually a very good software because, it's very nice because you can put tracks in. So I'll put in a track for the video, but then I can take the video, mute any audio that was involved in that to, okay, you found them. Okay, good. Mute the audio so I don't get a copyright strike.
Yeah.
Find a piece of copyright free, say music I want to do to it.
Yep.
Put that in the second track, and I can line it up to where I want it to go. I can put,
Correct.
I can splice things. I can actually splice them very close together. I did that with my with the crawl I did for my Sunday stream for Star Wars. I was able to. And this is kind of funny because I went to a place that says, "Oh yeah, we'll make you a really nice Star Wars crawl." Oh, if you don't donate though, we're gonna charge you. You're either gonna donate or you're gonna have to wait like a year to get it. And I was like, how about I just screenshot that? How about I just get on my computer, turn on my recorder, record my screen, and record it while it's going.
Yep.
Which is exactly what I fucking did. And I muted the music because it was John Williams music, and I'm not risking a copyright strike like that.
Yeah.
Nope, not at all.
And then I did a second one, just for example, with Stranger Things, an opening for Stranger Things, which not this week because I'm not doing a stream this week because I'll be at a funeral Saturday, so Sunday's off the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, I've already told my crew, they know. Yeah, I like how the Stranger Things one did, and it's amazing if when you actually go on YouTube, you can find. You just gotta type it in, copyright free Star Wars style or copyright free Stranger Things style. You can find music that sounds very similar to what you're trying to put with your thing without risking
it's all about the feeling of the music and how it flows and how it sounds, where it's got to have that right feel to it.
Yeah.
And Low Spec, I have a question for you. I know you won't be able to answer right away, so we'll probably move on, but where's the best place to find the open source software that is actually free? I've found a couple places I like, but they don't have much variety. So I would like to know more. If you could tell me
I
more.
wish I had. I wish I had saved where I downloaded it from.
Because, yes, and good evening, Six and Drums and Rock and Roll. I like to play on the name.
Kind of reminds me of little. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Meatloaf right there.
Yeah.
Six and drums and rock and roll. Maybe I'm crazy.
Well, you could always shorten it to 6 drums in rock and roll. Oh, so bad.
Dun 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 dun! Or however that. You need to get that little that little ding that people do when they do that.
Mostly seems word of mouth. Yeah, that unfortunately is true. So yeah, if you hear anything, just let people know. Anything you can recommend? Because I obviously the low specs Linux laptop you're using Linux, so not everything is necessarily going to be usable across the board.
Right.
One of the things I will say that I do enjoy in open source is so for example, say you're taking say you're doing a video and you're doing your own audio and you have maybe a still photo and then you have some video to go with it and you're narrating through it. The nice thing is you can expand that still photo to go through your entire talking point on that one part.
Yep.
That's a very nice thing to have.
Yes,
with
it is.
Yeah, because I set it up to, and it's very nice. It's very easy on the tracks because, for example, when I set up my Star Wars crawl, the first part is, of course, the long time ago galaxy far, far away thing. And then I was able to move the music, the copyright-free music, right to the point where, of course, the Star Wars kind of logo would come up and the music starts playing almost exactly at the same time. So it's a very, very user-friendly piece of software for casual YouTubers to do.
Oh, let's see here. I just noticed something. I got a comment on something I made. A comment I made on another video, and they told me to just reach out to their support team, which is kind of cool. Most of the time, it's like, oh yeah, never hear back from them.
That's good.
I got about 15 more minutes, Cap, and then I got to go help my kids with schoolwork.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna be,
yeah, I understand. No problem.
And I'm probably going to, I think after schooling's done, I'm just going to call social. I'm going to shut down social media for the night. It's been amazing how little I actually really talked about politics today. It was just like, I just don't give a fuck today.
Well,
I don't give a fuck.
That's probably
so check this
probably
out,
a good
Cap.
idea to get on. I'll check you later. Ow, that hurts.
What you did?
I just hit my toe.
Ooh. I did that one time. Because I have a seizure disorder. I was doing laundry and I was hanging stuff up in the bathroom, and my leg decided to seize into the washer, jammed up my toe, blood everywhere. It was not pretty.
No, not at all.
That was a couple of Novembers ago, so a little more than a year ago. That wasn't fun. I'm just glad I didn't break the toe itself,
Oh yeah, absolutely. So hopefully everyone is having a good evening. I'm hoping that Bird is still out there, having enjoyed his dinner. Hopefully.
Yeah, he probably is, yeah.
Oh, I can find out. Bird of Prey 5, do you have your one of your sundresses on? Now, when you do come on camera wearing your sundress, make sure you wear your pretty pink one.
I still had an image. Bird in a pink dress.
I'm here. I'm
Man.
just dreading his no
sundress.
sundress.
Oh man. 6 wants to see him in a
Six
sundress.
wants to see Bird in a sundress.
Oh.
I think you're the only one. 6. I think you're the only one. Except, well, there probably are a couple other people who'd love to make clips of it, but other than that, you're the only one who would actually like to see that.
Is that like this is about 15 years or so ago? Someone paid me $50 to just no pictures, mind you, of me in a two-piece.
Well, see,
It was,
there was I was at a
interesting.
camp. Oh, yeah. There was one time I was at a camp where there was a role switching day. We, certain counselors play the roles of campers and so forth.
Yep.
So mine was I traded places with this one female counselor.
Mm-hmm.
So I borrowed one of her dresses. I went to one of the other ladies who had better makeup, and I said, "Okay, I'm playing the role. Help make me up. We're going to play it full out."
Yep.
So I had the lipstick, I had the not eyeliner, but mascara, all that other shit, everything.
Yep.
I was made up, and it was embarrassing as hell. But I went throughout that day, and I was quite proud of it, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And Chester GOP, good evening. How are you? Good to see you in chat. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. I don't recall seeing you in chat before, but good to see you. Always welcome anyone in this chat. Well,
almost
anyone except certain trolls. Yeah.
Right.
we ban the bots, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear that all is good for you tonight. That is definitely good to hear. So where are you located? I mean, the U.S., Canada. I'm assuming U.S. because of your
logo there.
name and logo, but
yeah,
never assume anything.
You never assume. Period. You know why?
Yep. So
you can presume, but not assume.
Correct. 6 says, I might be the only one to admit it, but I'm definitely not the only one who would look. Oh, there would be people who would look. My question is, how would you be looking? And would you be laughing at the time when you were looking?
And use your cell phone in front of you taking a picture as for blackmail purposes. Yep.
Well, for that, all you'd have to do is I'd full screen it anyhow. And all I'd have to do is print screen. There we go. You got a copy of the picture.
I would rewatch the video, pause it, and screenshot it. Yeah. Yep. Snip that whole picture. Yeah.
So
I got a printer right over there. So yeah.
And Riverbend Bear. Oh, I can tell I need more coffee, and it's getting close to bedtime. has subscribed. Thank you very much. How are you tonight? Or I don't know where you are actually. So it's evening for me. Could be morning for you because we have all we have people from around the globe who come to these streams. So
And if you're in Australia, it's 2 p.m. Or is it 2 a.m.?
it depends on where in Australia.
I
See
think
right now.
Sydney. Oh wow, I gotta look that up.
Okay, in
I'm
Japan it's
messed up.
in Japan it's 8 a.m. So that would mean it is 2.
Oh, 10 a.m. then.
Yeah,
Is it,
yeah.
or-
Well, it depends on where in Australia. It'd be 10
I'm
a.
thinking
10.
the East Coast, Sydney.
Yeah, yeah. So it'd be You're right. It'd be about 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Midwest America. Well, I am in the Midwest myself. I am in, well, not in, but near Kansas City, Missouri, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you very much. Who are going to the playoffs, and if I have my way, going to win the Super Bowl this year. But hey, that's just my hope. There are several states in the Midwest, so.
Whereas I am in the worst spot for baseball season. I'm about halfway between New York and Boston. Oh God, no. It's horrible.
I'm just glad that I have a good football team and a good baseball team to root for. Of course, I have other teams I like. For example, I like Colorado. I like the Rockies. I actually finally had to get rid of that shirt. It was literally falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
But from when they formed, I still wish I had it. Even though falling apart, I wish I had it.
Yeah. Hey, Bird.
Where Bird Prey 5 didn't hear me.
It's
Copy.
Choppy Prey 5.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah. That was about it.
Yes, Bird.
I was gonna. How was dinner, Bird?
Delicious as usual.
Good.
Of course, it's delicious. Mama Prey made it.
Yeah.
The question is, what did she make tonight?
Pasta with spinach.
Ooh.
Alfredo sauce or just spinach?
Oh, and shrimp, right? And shrimp.
Ooh.
No sauce. Just like I like it.
A little bit of butter.
Sauteed shrimp and butter on the pasta.
Oh, yum. Okay, I understand why Kronos is in love
garlic
with.
and oil in this with the spinach too.
Of course.
So
And I can understand why. Oh yeah, I can understand why. Because somebody must be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I can understand why Kronos is in love with Mama Prey. He probably wants her food.
I thought the sixth who wanted to see me in the sundress was the same six we spoke to this morning, but I can see now it is not.
Six and drums
two
and rock and
accounts.
roll.
Yes, but this morning there was somebody who was just named Six,
Correct.
who was on the panel, who I'm assuming is not the same person as Six and drugs and rock and roll.
Let me see here.
Oh,
I'm already subscribed to. I'm assuming it is Six. I don't know.
Well, this
'Cause I'm
person
already
has a
subscribed.
different,
Picture and
different
name, yeah.
avatar.
yeah. Thank you,
it?
Avatar. Couldn't think of the word.
Probably isn't it? I do like that avatar once you get to the subscription page. And thank you, Bone. How are you tonight? I'm waiting to hold the official celebration, but I've reached it for the 5th time. It's like, fine, I'm gonna just put something out there so there's absolute proof that I had it at one point again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because YouTube is so fickle.
It's
with their
it's
sub
just
numbers,
funny.
yeah. Fickle with their sub numbers.
I you have to laugh at it. You just
Yeah.
have to laugh at it because it can get ridiculous. I even had somebody who honestly inspires me to keep doing this, who has said, I've really thought about quitting. I said, no, you're not. You're not quitting. But YouTube does this. Yeah, it does it to everybody. Now, stop it. I won't do it anymore if you don't. So, yeah, you're going to stay on YouTube. And so am I.
Right.
And hey, Simple Jack. Yeah, well, I hope 5th time's a charm.
Yeah.
I do hope 5th time's a charm. It's a little disheartening when you go from, it's like, hey, I've got 600. I have like 605 at one point, and it's like, oh, the next day it's like, look, and it's like, oh, it's 574. What the hell? And that's one of the things. Is like, I know that it's not people, because it's like I can piss off 1 or 2 people in a stream. That's no problem.
Right.
But 20? No,
Yeah.
that's beyond. I mean, I've never done anything that ridiculously insane that would piss off that many people. And see, that's what I was talking about. That's what I thought. It's me, the same Six. That's what I thought. Because you still have the bats.
Is that the 6?
Yep.
Okay. I've been absent. I haven't seen what people have been doing the last about a week or so. I've been dealing with a lot of BS. Let's call it that.
Yep. Or PS, personal shit.
PBS. I don't mean private broadcasting. Personal bullshit. I gotta send you a lengthy message on Twitter. I really.
I'm sure. I'm looking forward to it. Or not.
It's gonna be a book. Don't worry. It's gonna be a book.
I figured. Just make sure to send it in chapters.
The Life of BK, Chapter 1.
But Changed it in honor of Meatloaf. Now, are you talking the singer or the
We had
food?
meatloaf. We had meatloaf last night in honor of meatloaf. We really did last night.
I'm not surprised. I'm actually surprised I haven't had meatloaf here in honor of Meatloaf.
Yep, we really did. We were blasting the stereo, and yeah,
There's nothing like Actually, I like a good meatloaf sandwich, personally.
cold or fried.
Cold.
I like my fried, like
See,
pan fried slice of meatloaf. Put a little bit of cheese, put a slice of cheese. Oh God.
meatloaf, some cheese on there.
Yep.
Uh, I use mustard. Some people use ketchup. That's just personal preference.
A little bit of mustard. A little bit of mustard for me. Not a lot.
Because usually, with meatloaf, you already got the tomato base in the burger itself, so you don't really need any extra ketchup.
Yeah, I cook it with ketchup in the meatloaf. I don't put
So
ketchup
yeah,
on it to
exactly.
bake it, but I put ketchup in it.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lyric from "I'd Do Anything for Love."
But I won't do that. I wouldn't change my name. No, I wouldn't do that.
And hey, Arabic Sunder. And yes, for you, my friend. Hold on.
Push the button.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
And something happened to BK Dan. I think it's the clip. I don't know what happened. Try to change your camera to something else. Okay, add to stream. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. My camera decided to say no. That was weird.
And Bone likes a little bit of ketchup on his meatloaf, which is cool.
No, I think he likes a little bit of meatloaf with his ketchup.
Oh, a bucket of ketchup on mine. Okay, yeah. I know people like that. In fact, I know a couple of people, actually father and son, who like ketchup sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. My mother was good for mayo sandwiches when I was a kid.
And yeah.
I really just slap a little bit of mayo.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
That's definitely not me.
Well, that's what she was good for. Oh. Got a banshee over there.
Oh, yes. 3 of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I only had 2, a step and my son. A stepdaughter and my son. Oh. And my stepdaughter.
And you're
was
welcome,
5
Arabic. I'm always glad to play that clip for you. I know you like it. A few others who like it too.
I do.
There are a
I
couple
just switched.
people I know who don't care for it.
I just switched to Diet Dew after like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, yeah, but I still need my caffeine. So,
Caffeine is a definite must. By the
oh
way,
God,
I'm already planning my next birthday stream, which is not going to be for quite a while. I'm going to have a few people on there that aren't normally on. And since I know that Aravic will not be at work, because it's going to be December 26th, the day after
I was going to say
Christmas.
Boxing Day. Your Boxing Day, right? Yeah.
Correct. You won't be able to use work as an excuse. Now, catching up on work maybe, but won't be at work. Unless you pick up a secondary job. In which case you might be. But actually, and Dave G sound like clips about coffee too. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to find some more. But awesome. I already got confirmed for that date. That's cool. Thank you, Eric.
11 months out. Yeah.
Well, I'm already planning. So it means I don't plan on dying from whatever this thing is. So
That
always
would
best.
be a bad thing right now. Yeah.
Always better to make plans that we. Let's see here. Who else? Who else am I going to ask? Probably ask several people who haven't been on in a while, like Latino Slant. Polly hasn't been able to come on in a while. Tom and Andre from Midnight's Edge.
Okay.
Because why the hell not? I'm gonna dream on, dream big. Jim Cock probably won't be able to because he'll have his own stream for Christmas. And let's see here.
Right.
Let me check something.
It's a Monday.
Is the 26th for this
I just
year?
looked. Yep, I just looked.
Okay.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah. The 26th this year. So he'll have a Sunday stream, which is also Christmas.
Yep.
That'll be strange. Because he always has a stream on Christmas. So, you never know. He might be available. I'll have to ask.
Right. And Salty will be on Christmas as well. So, yeah.
And I may, well, I'll ask little people too, like, Salty Trucker.
Yep.
Oh, come on. All right. Got to get a reaction from that one. I was playing Christmas with Cap a year before. That's not odd. Yeah, that's not odd at all. You're right.
It's not unusual to go streaming with anyone.
Well, that's true. And good evening, Carlo Albanese, who says, I hope everyone is as well as could be, and hail on Kuroga.
Well, as good as I can be right now, yeah.
Hail on Kuroga, Carlo. Hail on Kuroga. I will always
have to send
hail
you a
on
book,
Kuroga.
yeah. I definitely got to send you a book later on. Yeah. You'll get it in the morning when you wake up.
of course, when I say that, he pulls out the umbrella. Because he doesn't want to get hailed on.
Right.
Now, I know people are going to think this sounds unusual, but one thing I enjoy having, and I'm having right now, is some slices of kiwi.
Okay.
I prefer eating it with the skin on. But again, I'm a little weird. And I freely and happily admit that.
You had to mute for a second. My son came down and was talking to the dog in case she decided to get barky.
No problem.
I was listening though, so.
Of course.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
big and round, like Bert said.
Don't. Why you little? Don't.
I have to go out to get dinner, so maybe I'll see you later. I hope so, Dave. Definitely we'll see you tomorrow. And Carlos says, I enjoy the escape YouTube provides. Oh, absolutely. The funny
As long
thing
as you
is,
stay off news channels, yeah. Oh.
No, yeah, exactly. Well, I stay off all corporate channels. There's really no point. Might as well be watching the news if you're going to do that. I'm sorry, there's more entertaining things on YouTube than there is on TV.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Now, for those of you interested, we've got somebody coming on later called Chaotic Truth Live in 30 minutes. Elizabeth Holmes swindled investors. $700 million from investors, which is not a surprise. Let's see here. We got several uploads. Project Veritas uploaded.
Actually, I think Carlo, he's eating, I think. I don't think he fell asleep just yet.
No, not yet. Comic Talk. Oh, that's right. Shared my video. Cool. Much appreciated.
I did too. I did too when I first came on. Yeah. To my Facebook. Every single one I catch, I share. To keep your name out there more, you know?
Oh, trust me. I did say Hail Kuroga. Hail on Kuroga. God damn it, I said the wrong one. Shit. Hail on Kuroga. Hail on Kuroga. And for making me say it the wrong way, hail on Kuroga. Oh, Bird must be sleeping. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant me. No.
No, he met Bird, yeah. That's why I was saying he just had dinner. He's probably not asleep just yet.
Charlie says, fake news, Bird is always asleep. And damn it, Jim, hailing on it's hailing hailing on Kuroga.
Here comes the hail again, falling on my. Well, you know the rest. Come on,
Hail on
Eurythmics.
Kuroga. Hail on Kuroga. God damn it. Making me say the wrong thing. Nobody better clip that either. I don't want their proof I said the wrong thing. Yes.
Never happened. Never happened.
Yeah, bullshit. Trust me, I know these people.
Don't.
And that's true. At least it's not the yellow rain.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
Yeah, I
Or
would
yellow
want more than
snow.
umbrellas. I would want more than umbrellas for that. No, thank you.
Oh.
So let's see here. Okay, let's see. Eric says, I'm making pancakes with over medium eggs and syrup for dinner. Ooh. Now, personally, I would have them over easy, and I would go with a little bit of butter and a little bit of syrup so that I could. They're still, some of it doesn't have syrup that I could dip into the egg. It's kind of like dipping toast, but a little different.
Now, what I do with pancakes is I take sausage patties, cut them up, put them in the pancake mix, stir up, and cook them that way.
Yep. And because it wouldn't get hot enough, you'd already want those pre-cooked.
Yeah, I do.
Remember Kroger Airlines, where you get to your final destination faster than most. That's true. If your final destination is the graveyard.
Just like the movie's Final Destination, yeah.
And Bone says, I eat breakfast for almost every meal. You know what? There's nothing wrong with having breakfast foods for dinner.
No.
Nothing at all.
If it's what you want, have it.
Exactly. I like having an omelet for dinner sometimes. Or I don't usually have dinner foods for breakfast. Except if it's steak and eggs. I have that once in a while. Like on my birthday.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Arabic. It is good. Trust me. It's like banana pancakes, but sausage pancakes.
Correct. Actually, I would think the two, if you had banana pancakes with sausage, would be, bringing both worlds together. And Arabic, I wish you were on here because, pizza for breakfast is wonderful. I like to go to a place called Casey's. It's a gas station. And they have breakfast pizza. Oh, so good. But I do like having cold pizza. Okay, I'm going to play the clip. Hopefully I'll be back in time. If not, Danny can take over.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
Nice, Bone. Dogs and cakes. Nice. Now, do you cook it in the pancake itself, or like wrap it up like a sausage, like a pig in a blanket? Because that sounds decent, not wonderful, but decent. Yeah. About to commute home in this. Oh, said that nasty word. Starts with an S. Oh,
So,
nasty word, Eric. We'll get some of that nasty stuff over here on Saturday. So yeah.
oh, snow.
Oh, that's the word. It's a four-letter word that starts with S and people shovel.
That's right.
Oh,
Well, at least the snow doesn't usually stink as bad as shit. So,
usually.
as I said, not usually. So,
Right.
uh,
Unless
at
my
least-
dog Daisy gets a hold of it.
well, then that's yellow or brown snow.
Yeah.
That doesn't count as normal snow. But, let's see here now. Yeah, addiction is hard to conquer. Just ask Janeway. Ooh, pigs in a blanket. Awesome.
No, I was asking about the dog in a blanket because there's
Oh,
a hot
like-
dog in a
like-
pancake. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was asking if he bakes it in like I do my sausage, or if he does the pig in a blanket thing.
Cool.
Yeah, actually sounds pretty decent. I have to introduce my grandson to it. He loves hot dogs, so yeah.
Oh,
His favorite right now. He's 7. His favorite right now is mac and cheese with hot dogs, or chili with hot dogs.
well, that's always good. Bird, how is Mama Prey doing? If assuming you're able to talk. I guess not. Anyhow, let's see here. There are probably some streams that are coming up shortly. Let's see.
Probably it's getting about that time, yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and shut things down. I do want to thank everybody who's been here, everybody who's been on the panel, and everybody who's been in the chat. Thank you so much.
Cap. I didn't realize
Yes.
I was still up. Huh. Mama Pray's doing good. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. I'm just glad to.
And
You didn't
also,
know you were
now that
still up.
I remember it, Deej wanted me to let you know that his computer shut down. He didn't leave earlier. His computer gave out.
No
He
problem.
apologizes for the not saying something. He had no option.
That happens, unfortunately.
Yes.
And you're welcome, Carlo. Hopefully everybody has a good evening or day, night, whatever time it is where you are. Any last words, Bird?
Oh, geez, I hope they're not my last. Apply all, and I regret nothing.
Exactly. And let's go ahead and play this one on the way out because, well, I can.
Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent.